Well, we're here at the beautiful garden of Antonio McCaskey of Bell Bird Park, and I have with me garden expert Paul Plant, who's the editor of Subtropical Gardening magazine. Hi Paul, how are you?
Not too bad.
Yes, welcome to my time.
Thank you. Now, Antonia, can you tell us a little bit about the garden? When did you first start this garden?
I came here in the late 80s, and the garden was basically a bare block with a jacaranda tree that was shoulder high and a couple of tiny little tree ferns.
And a lot of grass, I assume?
And a lot of grass, and I used to mow and mow and mow. And then I got hold of railway sleepers and second-hand bricks and started putting out ways to stop the flow of the water. Being on a sloping block and rocky, I used to have the water just coming through like a river. So my first priority was to stop that. And,
Stop some of the erosion, yes.
Yeah. And then I had lots of plantings that didn't survive because I put on copious amount of horse manure onto azaleas, and they don't like that. So I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and then I progressed to putting in wooden steps to create the paths. And after a while they deteriorated and became very tricky and dangerous. And then I got a friend to put in pieces of sandstone that he got cheap from Helensvale?
Helensvale, yes.
The quarry down there. And I did it in 3 stages. And that sort of bound the garden together because my paths became more defined and less dangerous to walk on.
I've noticed in the front it's much more sunnier.
Yeah.
What's the characteristic from the front compared to this backyard?
Well, the front is my palette. That's my youth.
Mm-hmm.
Where I have all the colour and the flower and I play around. And then when you travel sort of via the left pathway underneath the halfway gate.
And that's a little bit of a journey. It's more a personalised journey.
Very much so, yeah.
Yes.
I had cancer at one stage, and my older sister had died of breast cancer, and then I got cancer. So it became a big issue in my life, and I came out of theatre the day after. I had this vision about this garden. I saw my mind's eye, and it was so strong, and the colour was so beautiful. But it was the overriding feeling of the dream that motivated me. So my garden became my therapy. And because I'm basically a child, the flowers were the main thing.
And also the mural.
And
the journey through the garden.
Absolutely.
The experimentation with plants, the diversity of the plants.
And learning.
And the learning. Wonderful colour combinations, the yellows, the blues, the whites, the reds.
Yeah, love it.
The contrasting colour forms.
No. And it also, whilst it is a journey, the journey was also not just on an emotional level, but also on a learning level. I learned what I did wrong and learned from that to do it the next time, you know. So in many ways it was a growing experience.
It is. With
not
all
just
of us,
for the garden.
Yeah, with all of us gardeners, it's all a learning experience.
Absolutely.
And it's also a great opportunity to share that knowledge.
Yes.
And that's what I assume you found with knowledge sharing through garden clubs.
Absolutely.
And through other events that you've been to.
That's right, yes. I had a couple of open gardens before the drought hit. That was a painful experience, trying to keep things alive, bucketing. Spent a lot of money on buying water.
Yes, yes.
But then the rains came and things...
It is looking beautiful. Now, from what we see from this advantage point, is there a particular plant that you love the most?
That I love the most? God, it's like asking which one of your children you like the most. You know, they all have their own attraction and their own points that you admire and maybe not like so much. I do like my roses, I must admit, and I like flowers.
So the roses to the front,
yeah.
And in the backyard we've got the blue gingers.
The purple gingers and the yellows, and and the reds. And I find as I get older, the stronger colours have more appeal. they seem to vibrate with more energy. All the softer colors are more muted and softer, you know. So I think it's a matter of aging that you draw more energy from
Yes.
the more vibrant foliage too, see. I like the echolivas, you know, that beautiful one down there, see, that stands
The
out.
copper leaves.
Yeah.
If there's one tip that you would give someone for gardening, what would that be? One tip.
One tip, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up, definitely not. And also, use cuttings. You can use lots of plants that you can grow of cuttings. You have to be patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Paul Plant at Antonia's Garden, west of Brisbane. I'll see you next time on My Time. The plant of the week this week is aloe. The one in my hand is aloe vera, well known around the world for its medicinal properties, especially when you're sunburnt. As you can see, lush green succulent leaves and this very long flower, a little bit insignificant, but the good news is the new cultivars released recently are so much better, flower more and worthwhile in your garden. The second one with the yellow flowers is Bush Baby Yellow, absolutely divine sulphur crested flowers. And the third, these are the new releases that came out in March 2012. A very compact, 20 centimetre tall, Mountain Gem. Tight, compact, very sweet for pot culture. If you want something a little bit larger, for 60 centimetres, you can grow up to the Venus. Two-tone flowers, red and white.